BaleBio is a pavilion that we built as part of the Bauhaus Earth Rebuilt Project. The Rebuilt Project is looking at transformation pathways towards a regenerative built environment in 4 key regions: in Berlin, in Bhutan, in South Africa, and here in Bali. Our project in Bali started with a systems analysis where we met with local stakeholders. We did mappings of some of the key urban challenges facing the region, and we looked at the innovation that's already taking place. One of the big things that we found was that there's a lot of existing innovation around bio-based building materials in the tourism industry, particularly with round bamboo, but that innovation doesn't necessarily translate into urban construction. So we were really interested in how can we take some of those ideas and build in a way that is applicable for urban styles of construction, where we're working with, in particular, bamboo in a manner much more similar to timber. So the bamboo that we were working with was sourced from rural villages in Flores, where they grow bamboo as part of a diverse agroforestry ecosystem. And then all the smallholder farmers that cut the bamboo, they're able to value add it at a local scale, so they process it into strips, and then they aggregate it with Indo Bamboo, the local manufacturer we were working with, who then processed it into the laminate bamboo products. The start of the design for the pavilion was looking at existing vernacular typologies, and we're really interested in the Bali Banjar, and that's a community building that you can find in every single village here in Bali. It's often open-sided, raised up off the ground, and it's a space for all sorts of communal activities, and it's multi-purpose. And we thought that this is a touchstone that is familiar to local communities and also allows us to create a space where we can program it in lots of different ways. We also were working with students from the University of Wammadewa, and the students took part in a series of design exercises where we started to create a master plan for the area and a vision that we took to the local community, and then also ultimately also to the Mayor of Denpasar to get sign-off and permission to build this structure. The pavilion really wanted to showcase all of the different stakeholders involved. So we wanted to get as many different local champions and involve them in the process of this building. This meant that we were finding local innovators around bio-based building materials, people who were recycling waste plastic, interesting environmental engineering companies, and bring them all together. The outcome of this was the BaleBio. And the pavilion is largely, it's made out of laminate bamboo. And the reason we were interested in the laminate bamboo is it takes bamboo, which is such an amazing sustainable material. It grows so fast, it can restore degraded lands, you can source it from community co-ops here in Indonesia. And then we transform it into a manufactured product that is standardized, that is durable, and you can work with in a way similar to wood. One of the interesting aspects of the pavilion was the barrel vaults that we built out of curved laminates that spanned 4 meters wide. And this was something that the manufacturer had never really done before. So there was a lot of trial and innovation involved in the building process. Similarly with the laminate bamboo, there was no data or resources available. So we had to do structural testing. We worked very closely with Atelier One, a UK-based engineering firm, to create a set of protocols for how we could structurally test the building and all the structural components, so that we knew that the building could be certified, it was safe, and it would last. All the structural laminate bamboo elements were prefabricated and brought to site, and we worked with the local construction team to bolt it all together. And it was really amazing watching the pavilion come up in a really short period of time, using construction methodologies much more similar to mass timber. And the reason that we decided to go for these types of joints and connections was that we wanted to showcase how you can take these existing technologies, apply it to bamboo, and in particular laminate bamboo, in these urban contexts. We also wanted to make use of other traditional forms of bamboo construction. So we used round pole bamboo, we used splits, we used flattened bamboo panels called lupu to make the roof. And so all these different elements were working together. And so not only was it making use of bio-based building materials, but we also were integrating recycled elements. The whole ground section was made out of geo-based materials, so we were sourcing stone that was waste product from local temple manufacturers. So whenever in Bali people build temples, there's all this stone that's left over. So we were gathering that all up. That was a free resource, and we used it to make gabion walls to raise the base of the building up off the ground. We were also making use of a lime-based plaster for the floor and recycled tiles from building projects that were locally sourced. And so we were using all the recycled tiles for the floor and the steps as well. Before we started construction, we had a priest come and bless the site with a ceremony, and the building was opened in the same way. We brought together the local community, we had the priest come and bless the building, and we had a ceremony that opened the pavilion with local stakeholders from the village, from the city government and from the regional government. The pavilion I thought was a great success because not only was it a showcase for how we can implement regenerative building practices here in Bali, but it's also kind of serving as a catalyst and a proof of concept. So after we finished the building, we've been holding stakeholder workshops to work towards building a collective vision and roadmap towards how we can scale these practices. And we wanted to be able to demonstrate the ecological benefits of this. So we did a life cycles assessment with Eco Mantra, and through that LCA assessment, we were able to demonstrate that the building actually reduced its carbon footprint by 104% compared to a baseline business as usual construction practice. So what this showed was that the building that we've created is not only carbon negative, but is also traceable to a whole bunch of social and environmental initiatives along the value chain. Thank you.